Going the distance with local sports. Covering the Loretto Mustangs, Summertown Eagles, and Lawrence County Wildcats. Basketball, football, baseball, and more. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody here to the barn for tonight's girls-boys doubleheader between two in-county rivals as the Wildcats of Lawrence County visit the Mustangs of Loretto. AJ Good joined alongside Cam Mashburn for tonight's boys and girls doubleheader. The girls will start things off here, and Cam, a lot of history in this building. This is going to be the final time that these two sides will meet up here, barring some unforeseen circumstance. This will be the last time we'll ever see these two play each other in this building.
Yeah, and I was thinking about that on the way here tonight because if you follow me on social media, I have, and I hadn't done it this year, but in the past I have made it made no doubt that this was my favorite rivalry when I played. You know, I, of course, played for Loretto, but even though we lost every game, it was still my favorite rivalry because I had a lot of friends. I knew these folks. They were fun to play against. You know you were getting a clean game. You know, it was good competitiveness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, there's certain rivalries that you have that they're bitter and and it gets kind of ugly. Yeah. It never did. And even on the girls' side. I mean, so yes, this building means a lot to so many people. Come in my shop every day and want to talk about their memories of the barn, and it feels like people just need to let it out because there's so much history here, and you can look at the banners on the wall, the ones that aren't covered. That's a whole nother story, and you can see it goes all the way back to 1955. I think is the earliest one. I think it's somewhere, but regardless, this gym's been around for 70 plus years. I mean, it's just hard to believe this is the last time that these two teams will meet in this building. I've got some good stories I'll share about this rivalry, one game in particular, but we'll wait to another point to do that in the broadcast.
It is a special night tonight, Cam, because we are honoring the 1958 Girls State Championship team. That will be after the national anthem here in about a minute and a half, the national anthem being about 30 seconds. And as far as we know, I believe it's the first ever state championship team in county history. So they're getting a chance to be honored here tonight just to add to a little bit more mystique to how special tonight is.
Yeah, and things were different back then, of course, but there wasn't all these classifications. Everybody played everybody.
That's right.
You know, it was just they compiled them all and you had one state champion. Yeah. And they were it. And there wasn't another state champion in the entire county to 1992 when Summertown Baseball won the state championship. And then Lawrence County girls, and then recently we've been kind of spoiled with all the state championships, but we was a long time without one.
Yeah. Now we're going to pause here for the invitation and the national anthem. That was Emily Cozart that sang the national anthem. She'll also be in the starting lineup tonight here for the Lady Mustangs. And now, I believe it's time to honor the 1958 Lady Mustang team that brought home the county's first ever state championship. We'll pause and take in the ceremony.
We feel very fortunate to have the first ever Tennessee Girls High School State Championship team come from Loretto, Tennessee. The 1958 team will organize this March at the state tournament in Murfreesboro. We would like to present these ladies with a state banner that will proudly game in our team for years to come. The members of this team are Patricia Springer Pryor, Virginia Lambert Russell, Rebecca King, Sarah Green Robinson, Dennis Joyner White, Marion Fowler Yarber, Linda Freebell Sadler, Sandra Hanson Hill, Gladys Hill Johns, Perry Stevenson Wright, Wanda Fowler Ward, Arnie Richardson French. The following members are those who have passed away. We wish they could be here with us, but we know that they have made an impact on so many and that their spirit of enthusiasm and hard work lives on through others. Wanda Marks, Lionel Newton, Bobby Ruth Campbell, Madonna Neeby, Maribel Hollis, Linda Watt, Ruth Brown, and head coach James McCoy. Let's stand and give a round of applause for the 1958 Girls Basketball State Champions from Loretto, Tennessee.
What a special event this was, Cam. You can see a lot of, not many dry eyes here tonight to check this out. And what a momentous occasion this is history is standing in front of us, and so many great memories and a lot of great women here that paved the way for athletics throughout the rest of the county.
Absolutely, and women's sports in general, I feel like it's been overlooked many decades, and to think they were doing it back in 1958 is pretty remarkable. And I've got to be around these ladies a few times. They brought them in here in 2018 when the boys won the state championship. They brought them in here that night and introduced them as, because it was the first state championship basketball team since that point, and then they did the same with the girls a couple years later. But yeah, it's pretty remarkable. And I know I've been at Lawrence County High School when they honored the 98 girls team, and here's the thing with all these teams, they're forever legends, because I remember going into Jackie Cheatwood's office, back at the OWDXC, and he would have those 98 Wildcats posters, and he would have plaques and all these things, and signed basketballs. You would look at that stuff and you're like, man, this is incredible. And as time goes on, of course, Coach Wendy Scott was one of those that was on that team. Those girls, someday it's going to be them, and we're all going to be paying homage to them, because we're just lucky that's a lot of those ladies are still with us today, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And if you're watching, if you ever get a chance to see how girls basketball was played back then, go back and research it. It's very unique how they used to play it, where I believe only two could go both ways. They could play offense and defense, and there was it's kind of hard to describe what it was. You really have to research it and see how it's played, but it's very unique how they did it.
And it's interesting enough that the two of the refs we have here tonight were also refs of that 58 championship. True story. So I'm told.
That's why they went out and shook their hands.
Yeah, that's why they went out. They were actually a part of that game in 1958 as referees.
As we take a look at both teams coming into tonight's game, Lawrence County will come in at 7-1 overall. Their head coach is Wendy Scott. Loretto at 5-2 with their head coach is Ashley Rutledge. The all-time series since 2001, Lawrence County has the edge at 23-12, but the Lady Mustangs have been on a tear as of late. They have won 6 in a row. Starting lineups here, starting first with the visitors, you'll have Cammie Pigg, Katie Criswell, Emmy Clark, JC Scott, and Sadie Grace Cole. On the other side for the Lady Mustangs, being introduced right now, you have Emily Cozart, Jenny Clifton, Allie Weathers, Carly Urban, and Lainey Weathers. That will be your starting five for both sides. These two met up just a couple weeks ago. Lady Mustangs had the hold on late on a late Lady Cat charge to win that one 54-50. And Cam, I know we're expecting a very similar game tonight, very tight and down to the wire between these two very good teams.
Yeah, Lady Mustangs, of course, coming off a loss on Friday night. I didn't get to go to that game. Wasn't their best performance. The first time in many, many years, actually, that both teams got beaten the same night. Yeah. I've watched both these teams quite a bit this year, and they're both very similar teams, and they both have areas of the game that they can both improve on. They both have players that are capable of making plays. At the end of the day, just like every other basketball game, it's going to come down to who can put the brown thing in the round thing.
It's the most important thing. That's the only thing that matters. I definitely believe tonight the keys to the game for both sides for Lawrence County, got to come out aggressive, got to start fast, got to win the battle on the boards, something they didn't do in the previous matchup. And for Loretto, they got to do like they did last time, win the battle on the boards, and they got to handle the basketball much better. Had over 20 turnovers last time against Lawrence County, which enabled the Lady Cats to get back in that game.
Yeah. Listen, the Lady Cats are a team of runs. And that's who they've been all year. We saw that in the game you and I did last week against Giles County. Didn't look good in the first half. In the third quarter, they went gangbusters.
They look like state champions.
Oh, it's unbelievable. So, and the Lady Mustangs are a lot like that too. This is still a team that's still trying to find their identity after losing some of the seniors they lost last year. So they're still trying to find their way. This is going to be a fun game.
Yeah. So now the officials are ready. The lights do what they do after they shut off. They'll shut off and then turn back on. Now we're back on. We have a packed house here at the barn. Very exciting night between these two in-county rivals. As the officials are ready, both sides are ready for the final time at the barn. It's tip-off between the Lady Cats and the Lady Mustangs. Ball goes in the air, tip back to JC Scott. The Lady Cats will start off with it. Scott will walk across the timeline here for Lawrence County wearing their purple uniforms, going from left to right. Loretto in their white uniforms will be going from right to left. Sadie Grace Cole with it beyond the wing, dribbles and picks up her dribble, tries to find somebody, gets out to Katie Criswell. Criswell drives into the paint, drives, shot up, rolls it in. Lady Cats with the first points of the game.
That's something that Katie needs to do often, because I feel like she is the X factor for Lady Cats.
Didn't have a really good game against Loretto last time out, and a good start already. Allie Weathers skips it over to Jenny Clifton in the corner. Corner will dribble out to the wing, picks up her dribble, finds Carly Urban straight away. Urban sends over to Lainey Weathers here in the corner. Weathers dribbles out to the top of the key, tries to go backdoor to Allie Weathers. That one's up and in. Nice pass, nice shot. We're tied at 2.
It actually wasn't the best pass. It just the fingertips of Allie Weathers was able to draw that back in. I don't know how she was able to get that corralled in and up and in.
That's like an Aaron Rodgers back shoulder throw. You don't know how it got there. It just did.
That's right.
Emmy Clark with it beyond the wing. Sends it to Katie Criswell straight away. Man-to-man put on here by the Lady Mustangs. Criswell going to try to do the same thing. Turnaround jumper in the paint. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Emily Cozart. Kozart will bring it up, hands over to Allie Weathers, who gets it across the timeline. Weathers kicks now out to Laney. Weathers has it at the free throw line, out to Kozart. Kozart hands it over to Urban at the wing, now to Laney Weathers straight away. Now to Allie Weathers, she'll try a deep three. Off the back iron, no good. And rebound won by Allie Weathers, even though it went across the timeline. It was tipped out there. Now over to Carly Urban. Urban now to Kozart. Back to Urban, give and go, off the glass and in. And the Lady Mustangs lead it 4-2.
It's interesting to me watching the two teams play because both these teams want to run the floor. They don't want to get in the half-court sets. But that's what this has turned into. It's a smaller floor than what Lawrence County, so you're going to see the defense really become a factor on these smaller floors. The intensity level goes way up.
Criswell with it straight away, again being guarded in the man-to-man. Calls out the play, now going to get a screen from J.C. Scott, now over to Cammie Pigg. Pigg now straight away, drives into the paint. Shot up, blocked by Carly Urban, and this is going to come the other way. Weathers now with it. She'll get it across the timeline. Man-to-man put on by the Lady Cats as well. Weathers hands out to Carly Urban. Urban now over to Jenny Clifton at the wing, sends over to Kozart near the corner. She'll dribble out to the wing, now goes into the paint. Drive, shot up, no good, rebound, Katie Criswell. Criswell going to try to speed back the other way. Drives, layup up, no good, she's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot two.
Such an athletic move there. And Katie is one of the most athletic female basketball players that I've ever broadcasted. She's just so athletic, and that move there's not very many girls that can make that play there with that amount of athleticism.
A lot of white jerseys in the area too.
Yeah.
First shot up from Criswell and gets it to go. Criswell, who is much improved at the free throw line, so is the entire Lady Cats squad.
It's never an excuse to miss free throws, AJ. Never.
Next free throw from Criswell, nothing but net. She's got all 4 Lawrence County points, so we're tied up at 4. 5:10 remaining here in the first quarter.
The part with the Lady Mustangs offense that I think needs to improve the most is shot selection. Sometimes they take some shots they probably shouldn't take.
Now we're going to have a foul here. I believe that's going to go against Sadie Grace Cole. Laney Weathers had it on the low block. Carly Urban picked up the foul on the other end. Now each side has one. Kozart will take it out of bounds to the left of the basket. Now into Allie Weathers, out to Clifton. Over to Laney Weathers near the top of the key, sends it back to Clifton at the wing. Over to Allie Weathers near the corner. Back out to Clifton here to the top of the Loretto logo. She's guarded by Cammie Pigg in the man-to-man. Now over to Weathers straight away, guarded by Criswell. She'll get a screen, now guarded by Scott. Weathers dribbles back out. Goes into the paint. Nice move. Tries a scoop shot. What a shot and in. And Loretto retakes the lead 6-4. J.C. Scott quickly back the other way. Has it at the top of the key. She gets into the paint. Spins. That runner up. No good. Rebound, Allie Weathers. I believe Weathers got a hand on that as well. Carly Urban's going to bring it back the other way. Now over to Allie Weathers at the top of the key. She drives into the paint. Spins. Another shot off the glass and in. Weathers with 6. Loretto has doubled up the Lady Cats at 8-4. 4:05 remaining in the opening quarter.
Much like Katie Criswell, but Allie Weathers for the Lady Mustangs, that player for them. She is that X factor.
Cammie Pigg with it now over to Scott straight away. Now to Sadie Grace Cole, who had 14 in their previous game. Cole now dribbles, guarded by Urban. Picks up her dribble, gets it out to Criswell at the top of the Loretto logo. Criswell now drives to her left, pulls up for the jumper. Back iron, no good. Rebound, fought for him one, but Lou lost it. Fight for the ball, and we're going to have a jump ball, and that's going to go to Loretto. Clock stops at 3:32 remaining here in the opening quarter. An 8-4 Loretto lead. Allie Weathers now will bring it up the court here for Loretto. So far, no subs already halfway through the first quarter, but no one in foul trouble so far. Now they're going to go backdoor to Laney Weathers. Shot up. Got it in. What a pass, what a finish, and it's a 6-point lead.
That was a set play. That was something they had seen from the previous game. That's just watching film and seeing a way you can get an easy two.
J.C. Scott with it now. Sends it over to Cammie Pigg near the wing. Pigg being guarded by Clifton. Now to Sadie Grace Cole straight away. Cole now over to Scott at the wing. She'll get a screen from Mimi Clark. Now drives to her left, goes into the paint, kicks out to Cole. Cole now at the free throw line. Picks up her dribble out to Criswell. Criswell kicks it over to Emmy Clark. Now back out to Criswell. Criswell now will dribble it back out. She's guarded by Carly Urban.
And it does take teams like Lawrence County who are used to playing on a bigger, wider floor a little bit to kind of get their feel because there's not near as much space here.
Scott will lose that one out of bounds. I say it went off Cozart. Now our first subs of the game is Harley Johnson and Peyton Morgan will check in.
That's why this gym, you're talking about getting a new gym. That's why this gym is such a home court advantage, especially in sub-state matchups. Teams who have never stepped foot in this gym walking here for a sub-state game. You got to be kidding me.
Peyton Morgan has it on the low block. Kicks out to Cammie Pig. Pig fakes. She'll try a jumper just inside the free throw line. Off the back iron, no good. Fight for the rebound. Scott and Clifton got tied up, and that will go to Lawrence County. It's kind of like you feel like the fans are right on top of you. And they really are. Which makes it unique, makes it special, and also makes it a hostile place to play.
Well, when I was here, the benches were on either side of the press table, so we were right there beside each other. You can imagine how that went.
Pig gets her shot deflected, hits the top of the rim, no good. Clifton now over to Cozart, now to Allie Weathers, to Carly Urban. Now to Laney Weathers, left-handed layup, up and in. And Wendy Scott will call a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Their team trailing by 8. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Great food is just a short drive to Heine's Barbecue in Lawrenceburg. Mouth-watering is just one way to describe the amazing flavors of the best piece of Heine in town. When you dig into a plate of pulled pork, hand-chopped brisket, chicken, wood-fire oven pizzas, and the menu goes on. Wash it all down with a swig of Heine Shine lemonade and then make your way over to the gift shop full of Heine sauces, snacks, and more. Heine's Barbecue, Highway 43 North in Lawrenceburg.
And back here at the barn, Loretto off to a hot start here with just 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter as they lead Lawrence County 12-4 in Cam. Last couple possessions for Loretto, some great passing, some easy buckets down low.
Yeah, I mean, those are like we're talking off the air. Those are things that old school teams practice, is that passing drill where it doesn't touch the floor. And you don't see a lot, but it worked to perfection that time.
Scott now to Katie Criswell with her at the free throw line. Criswell will now drive. Gets her shot blocked out of bounds by Laney Weathers, and that will stay with Loretto.
That was a good move by Katie, and also good defense by the Lady Mustangs. I think it was Laney that ended up with the block there. That was 2 good players going head-to-head.
Scott takes it out of bounds, lobs it into Criswell. Now to Harley Johnson. She'll try a deep 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Allie Weathers. Weathers here guarded by Peyton Morgan. She'll try to get across the timeline quickly and does. Kicks out to Laney Weathers at the wing. She'll drive into the paint, kicks out to Cozart straight away. Down low to Weathers. Weathers powers up, shot off the glass and in.
That was an extremely strong post up from Laney. That's something that I haven't seen a lot from her this year. She backed in with authority.
Scott drives, can't get that one to go. Offensive rebound up and in. She gets her first points. The Lady Cats cut the lead to 14-6. Then some good defense on the other side by J.C. Scott. Goes out of bounds off Clifton. Will stay with the Lady Cats. Minute 13 left in the quarter.
It's a big 5-second piece of game there from J.C. Scott.
Now to Criswell. Criswell skip pass over to Pig at the wing. Now to Criswell straight away. She'll drive. Pull up jumper. Knocks it down. Criswell's got 6. Leads down the 6 at 14-8.
It's a 4-point possession essentially there for the Lady Cats. If you're Loretto, you can't allow that to happen.
Under a minute left here in the quarter. Clifton with it. Now over to Allie Weathers at the wing. Weathers sends it to Cozart near the top of the key. Will hand it back over to Weathers. She's now being guarded by Criswell. Now she'll bring it back to the Loretto logo. Weathers now going to get a screen from Cozart, being guarded by Morgan. Now to the free throw line, throws it down low to Cozart. Cozart, right-handed shot off the glass and in.
Right now, Lady Mustangs are dominating Lawrence County in the post.
Scott now will step back beyond the three-point line, picks up her dribble down low to Criswell. Criswell turns, and Cozart is right there for the jump ball, and that will go to Loretto.
That's sometimes as a guard like Katie Criswell is, when you go to post up, sometimes that's the problem is the ball. You're not used to the footwork it takes in the post and where to keep the ball to keep that from happening. That was just a classic case of a player doing something she's not necessarily coached to do all the time.
Cole comes in for Lawrence County, and Chance in now for Loretto. Allie Weathers with it. She'll drive, kicks out to Clifton in the corner for three. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Sophie Cole. 2 seconds left, and that will be the end of the quarter. After 8 minutes of play, it's Loretto. They lead their rivals in Lawrence County 16-8. We'll have the start of the second quarter when we return here on the X Sports Network.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
Whether you're looking to spruce up the interior or exterior of your home or business, trust Lawrenceburg Glass to provide a one-of-a-kind product. From windows to mirrors, shower doors, custom framing, storefront installations, and everything in between, Lawrenceburg Glass takes pride in our quality craftsmanship and strong attention to detail. With us, your customer experience always exceeds expectations. We're reliable, on time, and we deliver stunning results. Lawrenceburg Glass. Our passion is reflected in our work.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at the barn, Loretto leads Lawrence County 16-8 after a quarter of play as we start the second quarter. J.C. Scott with it here, facing the man-to-man, gives it to Katie Criswell. Criswell dribbles beyond the three-point line. Facing some help, tries to throw it down low to Emmy Clark, and stolen away by Clifton. Third turnover by the Lady Cats. Clifton races back the other way. Now to Libby Sanders, who just checked in. The Cozart, 5 out, put on here by Loretto. Facing the man-to-man, now over to Clifton. Now they send a couple players down to the post. Clifton directing traffic here, guarded by Sophie Cole, over to Laney Weathers. Now to Sanders. Sanders now to Cozart at the free throw line, over to Clifton. Clifton dribbles, drives, kicks out now to Cozart. Cozart with it beyond the top of the key. Tries to hand over to Clifton and does. She'll dribble the top of the key over to Weathers at the wing. Weathers now fakes the handoff, will drive the baseline.
It's a good defense there to push her underneath, not give her any room.
Clifton sends it back over to Weathers in the corner. Gets a screen from Cozart. Drives, backs down the defender. Now pass over to Laney Weathers in the corner for three. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound, Katie Criswell. Criswell now over to J.C. Scott. We got 3-on-2 on the other end. Scott now tries to throw it down low to Clark. Clark picks up her dribble, hands over to Criswell, and that one's knocked out of bounds and will stay with Lawrence County.
So Loretto did the same thing that Lawrence County did to them, is we get the ball down low and you just force them down underneath the basket. Clark was in no man's land. Not a lot you can do from right there.
Harley Johnson lobs it in to J.C. Scott, now into Criswell in the paint. She'll try a jumper. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Clifton. Clifton now will bring it up the other way. Dribbles to her right, hands over to Allie Weathers. Now guarded by Sophie Cole. Weathers now dribbles at the top of the key. Hands back to Sanders. Sanders with it, the free throw line out to Cozart. Cozart throws it down low to Laney Weathers. Kicks out to Allie Weathers. That one's stolen away by Sophie Cole, and she'll be fouled from behind by Allie Weathers. She will pick up her first, just the team's second.
Could have been a foul the other way before that on the deflection, but that was probably a good foul by Allie Weathers. It was going to be a 2-on-1 the other way. There's good fouls and there's bad fouls, and I'm going to put that in the good foul category.
Just a second turnover against the Lady Mustangs, as Katie Criswell will walk it across the timeline. 6:05 remaining here in the first half. Criswell with it at the top of the key, over to Sophie Cole at the deep wing, now to Emmy Clark. Clark at the free throw line, picks up her dribble, tries to go back door, throws it off of Cozart's shins, will go out of bounds and stay with the Lady Cats.
I remember about 6 years ago the TWSAA was calling every hand check. You couldn't hand check at all. Now
they're letting them play.
It's very prevalent. Hand checks abound tonight.
Criswell kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson out to Scott. Scott being guarded closely by Allie Weathers. Now she'll drive into the paint. Kicks out to Harley Johnson. She'll try a three. Out the back iron, no good. Rebound, won by Katie Criswell. Criswell will bring it out beyond the three-point line over to Cole. Now to Scott. Scott drives into the paint, and she'll get fouled. And the ball will stay with the Lady Cats.
So one thing the Lady Mustangs need to improve on is that they did in the first game that they're not doing so far is they're not boxing out at all. You've got to. It's one thing to box out and fill the fit, but it's another thing to clear them out of the lane. That way they can't get the rebound.
Sophie Cole kicks out to Katie Criswell. Now throws it down low to Emmy Clark. Clark goes up, left-handed layup, up and in. Her first points, leads down to 6. It's 16-10. Weathers wide open to Laney. Weathers down low. She misses, and she'll go the line to shoot 2. And speaking of good fouls, that was a good one by Jason
it worked
Scott.
out, but it was very risky.
Yeah.
Because if she ends up making the shot, now you get a 3-point play. Yes, it worked out. It ended up being great, but that's one of those. I don't know.
Yeah, it was very close. She didn't push her down to the ground.
No, but
it's the first, but
you better make sure they don't have a shot at making it.
Scott and Johnson will check out. You got Peyton Morgan and Sadie Grace Cole to check in for the Lady Cats. Weathers hits them both. She's got 8 points to lead all scores. It's an 18-10 Lady Mustang lead with 5:15 remaining in the half. Clark with it at the free throw line, out to Sophie Cole. Now as at the baseline over to Sadie Grace Cole. Now to Criswell at the top of the key. She'll call out the new play. Criswell now drives to her left. Left-handed layup off the glass. Can't get that one to go. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2. That foul will go on Laney Weathers, her first.
I don't know. I didn't. I think that's an unfortunate call. Katie, with her first step, when she takes off, it is so quick. And it reminds me a lot of Carly Weathers in that first step and how she can just beat people just based on that one twitch.
First free throw from Criswell's off the corner iron, no good. She was 2 for 2 in her first free throw attempts. Next one from Criswell on its way. She hits 1 of 2. She's got 7 points, leads down to 7 at 18-11. Lady Cats 3 of 4 from the line so far. Press put on here as they throw it over to Cozart. Cozart saves it, but into the hands of Emmy Clark, and then Clark loses that one off of her shoelaces, and will go to Loretto. So each side trades turnovers, and Loretto will keep possession.
Laney Weathers did a good job there of just reaching in, slapping the ball off the knee. Lady Cat player.
Clifton with it at the Loretto logo. Skip pass over to Sanders. Sanders now skip pass over to Clifton at the top of the key. Now back to Sanders. She'll try a deep 3. Off the back iron, no good. Sophie Cole comes up with a rebound. Leave that. She's got 4 rebounds already. Cole now comes the other way. Throws it down low to Clark. Clark, nice move off the glass. Can't get it to go. Allie Weathers with the rebound. Weathers now to bring it back the other way. Gets it across the timeline. Now over to Sanders. Now over to Clifton in the corner for 3. Front iron, no good. Rebound, Katie Criswell. Criswell now being trapped. Tries to dribble out of the traffic. Gets over to Sophie Cole.
For two teams that rely on the three-pointer a lot, neither team's made one.
No.
It's crazy.
Weathers now the other way. Off the steal. Can't get that one to go. And she'll go the line to shoot 2 after being fouled. Foul will go against Katie Criswell. Picks up her first, just the team's third. Now Allie Weathers will go the line to shoot 2.
Pace is picking up.
Yeah, absolutely. That one rolls in for Allie. A bunch of subs coming in now. Will be Morgan and Scott in for Clark and Criswell. Next free throw from Weathers on its way off the back iron, no good. Rebound comes out to J.C. Scott. Scott will race with it the other way. Sends it over to a wide open Cammie Pig in the corner for 3. No good. Rebound, Peyton Morgan. She goes up. She is fouled, and she'll go the line to shoot 2.
So Loretto was definitely lost on defense that time. Lawrence County tried to take advantage. Again, team's cold from beyond the arc right now.
Foul will go on Jenny Clifton.
And Lawrence County's made the adjustment over the first meeting. They're not letting Loretto get the rebounds. I mean, Lawrence County last time did not act like they were even interested in rebounding the basketball. Tonight's a little different story.
Harley Johnson will come in for Sophie Cole. Peyton Morgan missed the front end of the 2 shots. Here's the next one. And she rattles that one home for her first point. 19-12 is the lead with just under 4 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. Lady Cats now 4 of 6 from the line. Clifton with it. Sends over to Allie Weathers. Now back to Clifton. Over to Weathers. Throws over to Carly Urban. Urban throws out the chance, but it's intercepted by Sadie Grace Cole. Cole coming the other way, and she walks. 6th turnover now by the Lady Cats, as she just couldn't figure out who to give that one to.
A little indecisiveness there, but timeout, Loretto. But both teams create a turnover, then immediately give it back. They've both been doing it all night.
As Ashley Rutledge will call a full timeout, and we'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
AJ Good goes the distance for local sports on the X Sports Network.
It's remarkable that they hadn't.
Back here at the barn, Cam and I were just talking here. 19-12 is the Loretto lead with 3:30 remaining here in the second quarter, and all of these points for two teams that shoot the three ball really well, they've all come from pretty much either the free throw line or just 2 feet underneath the basket.
Yeah. Neither team shooting the ball particularly well from downtown at the moment, but I suspect that changes.
Inbound goes into Jenny Clifton. She'll get it over to Allie Weathers. Man-to-man put on by the Lady Cats. They were doing some trapping earlier, but back to their traditional man-to-man. Weathers dribbles now to the wing. Now we'll get a screen, but drives to her right, to the baseline. Nice pass to Carly Urban in the paint, kicks out to Laney Weathers. Weathers, had an open chance. That pass is deflected into the hands of J.C. Scott. 5th turnover by the Lady Mustangs. Scott coming the other way. Scott now over to Peyton Morgan. Looks like 5 output on by the Lady Cats. Here's Cami Pigg, has it the Loretto logo. Pigg dribbles to her left. Gives over to J.C. Scott, the free throw line. Scott steps back for the jumper. Off the corner iron, no good. That one is deflected off of Jesse Chance and will stay with the Lady Cats.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Criswell checks in. It will be Sadie Grace Cole checking out. Cami Pigg takes it out of bounds to the left of the basket. Throws it in to Peyton Morgan. Morgan now to Scott straight away. Scott skip pass over to Cami Pigg. She'll try a deep 3. Almost banked it in. Rebound won by Laney Weathers. Picks up her dribble on the sideline. Now over to Allie Weathers. It gets it across the timeline. Over to Jenny Clifton in the corner. Back to Allie near the top of the key. Over to Clifton at the wing. Clifton trying to feed it down low to Chance. Can't. And now skip pass over to Carly Urban. Back to Allie Weathers straight away. Weathers backs up near the logo. Still dribbling at the top of the key. Now goes to the free throw line. Tries a give and go with Laney Weathers. Saves it from going out of bounds. Now back to Clifton. Clifton dribbling with it, the Loretto logo. Laney Weathers with it. Tries to go backdoor to Allie. Kicks out to Carly Urban. She'll try a 3. Off the back iron, no good. And we get an over and back called against Jesse Chance.
Yeah, I like the fact that Jesse's coming in and battling, but sometimes when you don't have position, you just gotta pull back the horses a little bit. But the ball right now, really for both teams, is just sticking in the hands of them. You don't see that quick pass, just that quick ball movement. That's how you create space. It's the faster you move the ball and get people out of position, then you can attack. Right now, it's just sticking in hands too long.
Both teams' defense is doing a great job. There's not much room to move for either side. Clark with it, gets out to J.C. Scott, the top of the key. Scott dribbling and driving. Right-handed layup off the glass, gets that one in. J.C. Scott with 4. Lady Cats cut the lead to 5 with 1:25 left in the half. Clifton with it, now gets over to Allie Weathers. Weathers now over to Carly Urban at the deep wing, over to Clifton. Clifton will now dribble it here to the top of the key. Picks up her dribble. Looking for somebody, gets it over to Cozart. Cozart being guarded by Criswell, back out to Clifton.
I have no idea what Loretto's trying to do right here. It does not look fluid at all.
Weathers with it now. Throws it down low to Laney. Weathers on the low block. Stolen away by J.C. Scott.
Might have got undercut just a little bit. Lost her footing nonetheless.
Scott coming the other way, drives, right-handed layup, up and in, and she is fouled, and she'll have a chance at the M1. What a great take there by J.C. Scott, finishing through traffic and getting it in.
That's twice in a row that J.C. saw a seam in the Loretto defense and was able to cut right through it. Allie come over on the help side and tried to block the shot. She didn't think she'd foul, but it was 2 points regardless.
J.C. Scott's M1 opportunity is in. Lady Cats now 5 of 7 from the line. Allie picks up her second foul. It's a 19-17 game. 40 seconds remaining here in the half.
Both these two teams, I'm telling you, AJ, they're very similar. They go to sleep for a few minutes and they wake up. Then the other one goes to, it's just back and forth in that way. It's just.
Weathers with her here at the Loretto logo. 25 seconds now over to Kozar. Different defense put on here by the Lady Cats. Down low to Lainey Weathers. Weathers will get fouled in the process.
When they double down on the post like that, that always is going to leave somebody open. And that time it was JB out here on the left wing. If you're her, you got to see that back door and react quicker to get there.
Criswell picks up her second foul, team's fourth. 18 seconds remaining here in the first half. Weathers will take it out to the left of the basket. Throws it into Kozar. Kozar picks up her dribble now. The Weathers in the corner. She'll dribble out to the wing. Now bring it to that spot at the wing. 10 seconds left. Trying to drive. Backs down and retained by Weathers. She's fouled in the process with 2 seconds remaining. That will go against Emmy Clark, who will pick up her first, team's fifth. She dribbled that in between three purple jerseys. Just when you thought she lost it, got it back in time.
The fingertips. Soft hands is all you can say.
Lainey Weathers to take it out of bounds. 2.9 seconds remaining. Long pass out to Allie Weathers. Weathers going to try a shot here at the buzzer. That one's no good. And after 16 minutes of play, we have got a doozy here between two in-county rivals. Loretto leads Lawrence County 19-7. We'll play a few spots and we'll return here for the start of the third quarter on the X Sports Network.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
Rent-Right Equipment has all the tools you need to get the job done. From bobcats to trenchers to augers to lifts, we have a large variety of equipment for every project, big or small. Need a new mower? We have you covered there too. With great brands Hustler and Big Dog, Rent-Right is ready to serve all your equipment needs. Call today and reserve your equipment from Rent-Right Equipment in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation? You're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North or visit LawrenceburgFlooringandMore.com.
For the best at-home care in Lawrence County, the Summit at Home is the right company for you. We have a friendly staff over 25 that is trained, educated, and qualified to help with all your needs within your household. Our non-medical services include transportation, housework, dressing, and companionship. We are also covered by most long-term care providers. For more information, please call 931-762-2310.
Tired of driving into the city every time you need appliances, furniture, or heck, just about anything? Next time, stay local and come to Swap and Shop Center. We have everything you want, from computers to furniture, major appliances, lawn and garden tools, electronics, you name it. Our #1 goal is to get you the items you need at a price you can afford. We even offer 120 days same as cash financing. We won't be undersold. We specialize in service after the sale. We pick up where everyone else leaves off. Swap and Shop Center, family owned and operated in Lawrenceburg for over 61 years.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you as an employee a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, this is your weather tonight.
Good Tuesday evening. Kelly Rawson in for Fred Gossage on another gloomy evening and a gloomy end to the day. But if you think today is gloomy, just wait until tomorrow, because we are going to be adding a lot of showers and thunderstorms into the forecast. In fact, we do have a flood watch for most of the Tennessee Valley except for Marshall, Murray, and Lewis counties in Tennessee. Now that is in effect until 12 a.m. on Thursday morning. A lot of heavy rainfall, several inches of rain, in fact, expected within about a 24-hour period. So I will talk about all of that in this weather update here. But for the next 12 hours, we can expect to be dry for most of tonight, but rain showers will start to make their way closer to midnight towards the Tennessee Valley. But again, before midnight, we will stay dry under a mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures remain in the 50s overnight, and we cannot rule out a few rumbles of thunder as this mass of rainfall moves through as well. We're not talking severe thunderstorms, but we are talking very heavy rainfall and a little bit of thunder and lightning as these storms pass. And we are still continuing those rainfall chances beyond the morning and into the afternoon hours as well. Here's what it's going to look like on Futurecast throughout the next few hours heading into, well, after midnight on Wednesday, we start to see some lighter showers filter in, and winds are going to be racing whether or not it is raining. So overall, going to be pretty gusty and going to be very rainy as well. So as this massive rainfall moves towards us, again, it's going to be very, very heavy at times with a very widespread coverage as well. Everybody will get in on this action. Everybody will see rain by the time we are through with Wednesday. So heading throughout the rest of your early morning Wednesday morning, we will continue to see showers and a few thunderstorms. Now we will see a quick break in the action, a little bit of dry air moving in, but plenty more showers and storms are going to filter in after this first round of very heavy rainfall. And there it is. This afternoon, we will see another round of widespread showers and thunderstorms. Again, we will see those storms embedded into this mass of rainfall, not expecting severe weather, but expecting those thunderstorms to be mixed and mingled in with all of those rain showers. Now, by about 9-10 o'clock, we will all start to dry out. And so by the time we get to midnight, I think everyone does stay dry with clouds still lingering. But for the rest of your Thursday, we will stay mostly sunny with temperatures a little bit on the chillier side too for your Thursday afternoon after that cold front gets through. So just keep that in mind. A major cool down is expected for Thursday, but at least we will see the sunshine after the front moves through. So here are the rain totals that have prompted the flood watch for the majority of the Tennessee Valley viewing area. Widespread 2+ inches expected, locally heavier also quite possible, anywhere from the 3 to 4, even upwards of 5 inches possible. It just all depends on where the heaviest bands of rainfall and the strongest of the thunderstorms decide to set up. And it's going to be that just we're going to see continuing training of these thunderstorms over and over again throughout the afternoon hours and the early evening hours. So that's why we're going to see those high rain totals. So if you can tomorrow, I would stay home. Again, if you can, I know that's not an option for everybody. So if you do have to be out driving, be very careful, take it slow. That heavy rainfall is going to make it very hard to see out there. And with puddling and potential for flooding on the roadways, just be very, very careful, and always remember, turn around. Don't drown if you do see water on the roadways. The good news though, yes, tomorrow is going to be very wet, very soggy with widespread rainfall, but after that we will dry out quite nicely heading into the rest of the week and into the weekend as well. But with that, we are going to quiet down in the rainfall department, but we are also going to take a dive in the temperature department, reaching 60 degrees for tomorrow, and then not getting out of the lower 50s for Thursday, and then not getting out of the 40s for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And check out those low temperatures, freezing or below heading into a Friday morning, Saturday, and Sunday morning temperatures in the 20s. Going to be very, very chilly, so definitely going to be seeing that colder air filter in after the front moves through. But for tonight, still a milder night with temperatures in the 40s for tonight, and then for your highs tomorrow, again right around 60 degrees with all of those showers and Friday morning. And we do stay dry though. I think we could see a sprinkle or two heading into Monday and Tuesday, but overall we're going to hang on to plenty of cloud cover, though Thursday again I think we will see mostly sunshine in the sky. That's a check at your local weather forecast. Have a great rest of your evening.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back at the barn as we are wrapping up halftime here. Loretto leading Lawrence County 19-7. Taking a look at the first half stats for Loretto. Lainey Weathers leading all scorers with 8. Allie Weathers with 2. Emily Cozart, Carly Urban each with 2. Lawrence County, Katie Criswell and Emmy Clark each with 2. Peyton Morgan off the bench with 1. Hustle stab wise, each side with 6 turnovers. Lawrence County with 7 points off of those turnovers. Loretto with just 2. Lawrence County 3 offensive rebounds, 4 second chance points, none on the other side for Loretto. And Cam, no one's hit a 3-point shot here tonight, but it's been very exciting, back and forth, good defense on both sides.
It really has. It's I would have never have took that bet if you said neither team would have a 3 coming out of the halftime break, but here we are.
Getting ready to start the third quarter. Loretto will have it going from left to right. Lawrence County will be going from right to left here as we get things going. Lawrence County put on some pressure here off the inbounds, if we ever get to the inbounds, as crowd making their way back from the concession stand as Jenny Clifton gets the pass. She'll get it across the timeline here for Loretto.
Was not a good second quarter for the Lady Mustangs. They stayed in the locker room very long time. Didn't really get a warm-up coming back out. Let's see how they come out.
Lainey Weathers with it on the low block. Left-handed shot, no good, but an offensive rebound by Carly Urban. Now out to Allie Weathers. Weathers goes into the paint, backing down the defender. Fadeaway jumper, that one's in.
So smooth.
Weathers leads all scorers now with 9. It's a 21-17 Lady Mustang lead.
Early in the game, that's where Loretto really took advantage of Lawrence County, is in the paint. And they kind of got away from that.
And speaking of, Katie Criswell loses that one into the hands of Lainey Weathers. This is coming back the other way. Allie Weathers now hands it over to Cozart. Cozart picks up her dribble now to Weathers. She'll try a deep 3. Front iron, no good. And Lawrence County will let it go out of bounds to the Lady Cats. Deep shots not falling, but the close ones are for both sides. As Katie Criswell walking across the timeline here, 21-17 is the Lady Mustang lead. Facing a man-to-man. She'll get a screen from Clark, step back. Now guarded here by Cozart. Now over to Sadie Grace Cole, over to Scott in the corner. Original starting lineups in for both sides. Scott throws a down low to Emmy Clark. Clark in the paint, goes up, left-handed layup up and in. Clark has got 4, lead is down to 2 at 21-19. Clifton now with it. She'll get across the timeline for Loretto. Crosses over, gets it to the top of the key. Looking for somebody, gets over to Urban at the wing. Urban sends it back to Clifton near the Loretto bench. She'll bring it back out to Logo. Now drives to her left. Hands it back over to Urban. Urban throws it down low to Laney Weathers coming from the other side. Weathers into the paint. Floater up. No good. Rebound J.C. Scott.
Oh, it's a lot of contact there. Man.
Scott coming the other way. It's Criswell with it. She'll drive into the paint. Layup up and in. And more ties.
Somebody from Loretto is going to have to step over. That's 3 or 4 times tonight that's been way too easy in a half-court set.
Criswell now with 9, and we're tied at 21, 5:45 remaining in the third. Allie Weathers with it, beyond the three-point line, and she'll get fouled by J.C. Scott.
It's good defense. They're both teams are hand-checking. They're both leaning on each other, offensive, defensive players.
Yep.
Where's the line? And I just don't want that. I just don't want that to shrink as we get closer to the end of the game. That would be unfortunate. Let them play.
Scott picks up her second foul. They throw it down low to Allie Weathers. That one's up and in, and she'll get the and-one and a chance for a three-point play.
Strong move by Allie. Again, going back to the paint. That's where they had early success in this one. But there was a trip up the floor a minute ago. That wasn't a foul.
Yeah.
You got to call it. If you're going to call it loose, call it that way the whole game. Don't change it up.
As Clark picks up her second foul, Weathers misses the free throw. Criswell quickly back the other way. Criswell, skip pass over to Scott. Scott at the wing. Now will drive the baseline. Has Sadie Grace Cole in the corner for 3. Knocks it down. Lawrence County leads it. Her first points. It's a 24-23 lead. The first three-pointer made from either side.
Well, if you've watched any tape on Lawrence County, you know the third quarter has been their quarter as of late.
Weathers picks up her dribble, tries a fadeaway jumper, knocks it down.
That's just knowing how to put the ball in the hole. That's all there is to it because you're not in a good position. You're kind of in no man's land, and she finds a way to put it in.
Weathers now with 13. J.C. Scott with it beyond the wing. Scott looking for somebody and gets it over to Emmy Clark at the free throw line. Back out to Sadie Grace Cole in the corner. Cole will drive into the paint. Layup up, blocked. Fight for the rebound. Emmy Clark now to Criswell. The Scott straight away for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Emmy Clark. Shot up, that's in.
Well, Loretto is they're just getting outworked by Lawrence County right now on the boards. All there is to it, Loretto is very, very soft in the paint, defensively and rebounding.
Lawrence County leads at 26-25. That's now 6 second chance points off 4 offensive rebounds. Urban dribbling with it now to Cozart straight away. Cozart tries to find Allie Weathers and does on a back shoulder throw. Weathers now to Clifton in the corner. Clifton will dribble out to the wing. And now they set up the play. She'll drive to her left. Kicks out to Cozart. She'll try a baseline jumper. No good. And a fight for the rebound. We have a foul. That goes on Laney Weathers. We'll go the other way for Lawrence County.
It's interesting.
Laney picks up her second. Just the team's first here in the third. And now we have some subs. Jesse Chance, Peyton Morgan into the game. Chance will come in for Cozart. Morgan and Sophie Cole will come in for Clark and Pig. 26-25 is the Lawrence County lead. 3:50 remaining here in the third. Criswell with it across the timeline. Dribbles to her right now over to Scott. Scott will drive into the paint. Right hand, a layup up and in. Scott's got 9, leads the largest of the game for Lawrence County at 3, 28-25.
If you're Coach Rutledge, if you make a basket here, you want a timeout. You want to figure out what's going on. Why are they able to drive with ease to the paint?
Weathers goes up. She'll get fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
So Lawrence County, give them credit because they're doing a couple of things. Number one, they're beating Loretto off the dribble. I mean, they're just beating them there. The other thing is Loretto's got too many players in the paint just looking around. And Lawrence County, they're recognizing it and they're attacking it.
Weathers hits the front end. No subs from either side. J.C. Scott just picked up her third foul. 3:23 remaining here in the quarter. Next free throw from Weathers off the front iron, no good. Rebound, Katie Criswell. Mustangs now 4 of 7 from the line. Criswell rushes back the other way. Scott with it at the wing. Now over to Sophie Cole straight away. Now to Criswell at the wing. She'll get a screen. Criswell now it's straight away. Criswell now drives to her left. Backs down. Floater up, no good. Rebound, Allie Weathers. Weathers now to come back the other way. Behind the back move across the timeline. Weathers drives. Fadeaway jumper. No good. Rebound won by Carly Urban. Urban now the Weathers over to Clifton. Clifton will drive and she'll be fouled. And I believe that's going to be either 3 or 4 against J.C. Scott.
Yeah, that's, again, that goes back. That's not been a foul all night. And they decide, hey, let's blow the whistle. But Loretto doing a little better job of working the ball. Now Coach Rutledge wants the timeout. She had to do it in a moment where it wasn't going to pump up the Lawrence County crowd, and that was a good time.
Yeah, good. She'll call that 30-second timeout, and we'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Make 2022 the year to refresh your home. And who you gonna call to help? Story and Lee, the Tennessee Valley's largest furniture store. We've stocked our 3 acres of showroom and warehouses full of inventory. And gotta make room for more arriving daily. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, all from the brands you've told us you love. And it's all ready to be delivered to your home absolutely free. Just try that anywhere else. We are Story and Lee.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at the barn, Lawrence County leading 28-26, 2:49 remaining in the third. As Loretto used their second timeout, first 30-second timeout. Inbound into Laney Weathers. Weathers over to Libby Sanders. Sanders. Now back to Allie Weathers. And Weathers will dribble it here near the Loretto bench. They reset the play. Weathers drives her right to the top of the key. Now goes to the wing, kicks out to Carly Urban. Urban now dribbles at the wing, sends over to Weathers in the corner. Try to feed Laney Weathers on the low block.
She's under the goal, Jessie is.
Carly Urban with it, now back to Libby Sanders at the Loretto logo. Now to Allie Weathers at the wing, they reset the play. She'll get a screen from Laney Weathers. Fakes the 3, dribbles at the top of the key. Now backs down. Scoop shot up, and what a shot.
Probably could have had a foul there in the process.
Allie's got 16, and we're tied at 28. Criswell with it, 2 minutes remaining here in the third.
And this is what we said at the beginning. These teams go on runs.
They throw it down low to Clark, gets it to Morgan. They kick out to Harley Johnson for 3. Knocks it down, her first points. The Lady Cats retake the lead, 31-28.
You could see that coming, AJ. When you move the ball that well, you're going to find the open shot, and you're going to catch it in stride, and those are easier to hit than the ones where you're having to think about the shot.
Urban will drive. Left-handed layup, no good. Allie Weathers comes up with the offensive rebound. Tries a scoop shot, no good. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, you got one side wanting to walk. You got the other side thinking there should have been at least 3 fouls called. If you're an official, it's a no-win proposition.
Criswell will pick up her 3rd foul, the team's 5th. Now another pair of free throws coming up for Allie Weathers. Lady Mustangs 4 of 7 from the line so far. First shot up and in. Cammie Pigg will check in for Criswell as Cozart and Clifton will check back in. Chance and Urban will check out. Next free throw from Weathers on its way. Hits them both. She leads all scorers with 18. It's a 31-30 Lawrence County lead. Sophie Cole racing the other way. Sends over to Pigg near the corner. Pigg down low to Emmy Clark. Clark throws it right into the hands of Libby Sanders.
Man.
Oof.
If you're Lawrence County, Lawrence County ain't liking that no call.
And they got an argument there. That one's going to be stolen away by Cammie Pigg. Pigg racing the other way. Gets it to Peyton Morgan. Left-handed layup, no good. And it's deflected into the hands of Clifton. Clifton now coming the other way to Allie Weathers. Bodies everywhere. Weathers shot up. Offensive foul against Weathers. And chaos just reigning on the court right now with 52 seconds left in the third. Each side now with 8 turnovers. I think that's the first offensive foul against either team so far.
Yeah, she was not set. Not even close.
30-second timeout called by Wendy Scott by Lawrence County. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
What really matters during the ball game, we all want to win. Sometimes we'll lose. But at the end of the day, what really matters is holiness, isn't it? In Leviticus 11 and verse 44, God says, "You be holy, for I am holy." to keep oneself unspotted from the world, James 1 and verse 27, or to be that living sacrifice that is holy and acceptable to God, Romans 12 and verse 1. Are you being that? And that message brought to you by your friends at the Leoma Church of Christ.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at the barn, Lawrence County leading Loretto 31-30, 52.7 seconds remaining here in the third quarter as we got all the stars for both sides. Allie Weathers, J.C. Scott, and Katie Criswell all sitting with 3 fouls right now. Speaking of Criswell, she checks back into the game here for Cammie Pigg. They lead by 1. Now Criswell will walk it across the timeline. Sends it over to Emmy Clark. Clark has had a good second half. Clark picks up her dribble now to Criswell at the free throw line. Criswell looking for somewhere to go and will dribble it back out. Now over to Harley Johnson. Johnson now to Emmy Clark. Clark sends it back to Criswell. Now 25 seconds remaining in the quarter. They get the play from head coach Wendy Scott. She tells everyone to move. Criswell now dribbles around. Sends over to Harley Johnson. 15 seconds left. Now over to Emmy Clark. 10 seconds over to Katie Criswell. Criswell, 7. Now drives. Step back jumper. Rattles it home. Allie Weathers gets the inbounds, and that will do it for the third quarter. Lawrence County leads at 33-30 after 3 quarters of play. Wow, the start of the fourth. We return here on the X Sports Network.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
Like you, our roots are in Lawrence County, providing banking for every stage of life since 1934. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank has been not just your bank, but also your friend, helping you with home loans, consumer and auto loans, and your everyday personal banking needs. Lawrenceburg Federal offers you a warm smile and personal experience, as well as the conveniences of modern-day online banking, mobile banking, and telebanking. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, your neighbor and friend, located at 118 West Gain Street next to the courthouse.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at the bars, we start the fourth quarter. Lawrence County on top of Loretto, 33-30. Lady Cats will start off with the ball. Katie Criswell with it at the Loretto logo. Criswell just went into double figures with 11. The shot right before the buzzer. Criswell now throws it in to Emmy Clark at the free throw line. Clark now back out to Peyton Morgan, who's just in the game. Morgan back out to Clark. Clark tries to throw it down low to Criswell. Can't. Sends it back out to Peyton Morgan. Morgan drives the baseline. Shot up. Can't get it to go. Allie Weathers with the rebound. Now over to Jenny Clifton. Clifton racing the other way. Gets it across the timeline over to Emily Kozar. Kozar now dribbles and gets it over to Allie Weathers. Weathers with it at the Loretto logo. 5 out put on here by the Lady Mustangs. And they skip pass over to Jenny Clifton. Now to Libby Sanders. Sanders with it at the wing, dribbles out, now back to Weathers out on top, the Loretto logo. She's guarded by Peyton Morgan. Now drives, has it beyond the three-point line. Guarded here by Emmy Clark. Now Weathers will step out beyond the three-point line. Drives into the paint, spins, goes up, shot is in. She has got 20 to lead all scorers. It's a 1-point Lady Cat lead. 6:45 remaining.
If somebody else for the Lady Mustangs can get hot, they've got to hit some threes because Lawrence County has proven they can do it.
Criswell drives, a block call against Laney Weathers, and Katie will go to the line to shoot 2.
But the three-pointers are the difference right now, and I believe that the team that has the most at the end of the game is going to win the game. Because if you're Loretto, you cannot win many games. Most teams can't without hitting a single three-pointer.
Criswell hits the first one. Well, their field goal wise are even 13 for 13. Each side has now hit 6 free throws, so you're right. It's right there at the right there at the three-point line right now. Next free throw from Criswell. Gets the friendly bounce and in. She's got 13 points. Lady Cats now 7 of 9 from the line. 35-32 is the lead. 6:30 remaining in the game. Cozart now will walk it across the timeline for Loretto. Picks up her dribble over to Clifton. Clifton calls out the play. Weathers trying to break free. Clifton now sends it over to Cozart. Cozart now over to Allie Weathers straight away. Weathers now guarded by Emmy Clark. Will bring it beyond the three-point line. Skip pass over to Cozart. She'll try a three. Almost in. Rebound. Laney Weathers gets the offensive rebound. The foul will go on Peyton Morgan. Morgan will pick up her first, the team 6. Next foul by the Lady Cats will put Loretto at the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
I don't think either team liked that call because that was going to be an easy 2 for Loretto, and obviously Lawrence County didn't want to foul, but there wasn't a lot there.
No, really wasn't. It looked pretty clean from here. As J.C. Scott checks in, Peyton Morgan checks out. Clifton takes it out of bounds. Long pass over to Allie Weathers, guarded by Criswell. Both girls playing with 3 fouls. Weathers now dribbles to her right. Hands over to Laney Weathers. Weathers in the paint. Left-handed shot off the glass and in. Weathers in the double figures with 10. It's a 1-point lead.
That's what the Lady Mustangs need. They need her and Allie to work off each other, block the block. That was a great move by Laney.
Criswell with her here at the top of the key. Now dribbles to her left at the wing over to Scott straight away. Scott gets a screen but brings it back out. She's guarded by Allie Weathers, and we get a double dribble called against J.C. Scott. Now 9 turnovers against the Lady Cats.
I thought it was deflected. I didn't think it was a double dribble. I was hoping they didn't call a foul, but I don't know.
No argument.
I don't know what I don't know what he saw. I mean, up here it is tough. So
Clifton now brings it across the timeline, trailing by 1. Clifton, after the pass from Weathers, has it. Now over to Allie Weathers. Looks like a 2-3 zone put on here by Lawrence County. Libby Sanders now back to Clifton. Clifton sends it back to Libby Sanders. Now back to Clifton straight away. Over to Allie Weathers at the wing. Sends it over to Clifton. Clifton swings it over to Weathers. Now to Laney Weathers in the corner for 3. Misses, no good. Rebound, Allie Weathers. She goes up, rolls it in. Weathers has got 22. Loretto's retaking the lead at 36-35. J.C. Scott back the other way. Now to Sadie Grace Cole at the wing. Picks up her dribble. Throws it down low to Clark. Clark powers up, in, and she's fouled.
That's a terrible call. Great move by Clark. That's not a foul.
Clark has now got 8. 6 of those coming here in the second half.
I don't know what, as a post player, I don't know what else you're supposed to do besides stand there with your hands straight up. I mean, I don't know.
Clark hits that one, gets the and-1. It's a 2-point Lawrence County lead, 38-36. Now 2 fouls against Emily Cozart. Press put on here by the Lady Cats. Libby Sanders with it. Long pass over to Allie Weathers in the paint.
Oh, nice.
Nice pass, Emily Cozart off the glass and in. We're tied at 38. Scott brings it back the other way for the Lady Cats. 4:25 remaining, tied at 38. Scott now over to Cammie Pigg at the Loretto logo. Pigg sends it over to Scott. Scott now trying to get it to Katie Criswell. Gets a screen from Criswell as at the free throw line. Clark now back to Scott straight away. Then man-to-man put on by Loretto. Scott will now back it out to the Loretto logo.
Lawrence County's got the matchup they want here when they swapped on that. See if they can take advantage.
Criswell, turnaround jumper off the back iron, can't get the friendly bounce, and Sanders coming up with the rebound. Sanders now over to Allie Weathers. They're going to come back the other way. She gets it across the timeline. Now over to Cozart. Cozart sends it down low to Laney Weathers. Here comes a double team. Weathers drives, runner in the lane, can't get it to go. Rebound, Allie Weathers. Powers up, shot, in, and she's fouled.
Great individual effort by Allie, and I don't know about that.
Scott, foul will go against Emmy Clark, who picks up her 3rd. And Allie Weathers will go to the line with a chance at the and-1. I'd make it a 3-point game. Next free throw here from Weathers. Gets a friendly bounce and in. She's got 25. Ashley Rutledge calls a timeout here for Loretto. It will be a full timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
AJ Good goes the distance for local sports on the X Sports Network.
Back here now at the barn as Loretto has retaken the lead 41-38 after that M1 from Allie Weathers. Now has 25 points in the game.
It's crazy. She's had some enormous games as of late. Allie has. We saw her at Wayne County the other night. It's the last game I did with them, and she's just had a remarkable game over there. I will say this. Loretto's trying to do something, avoid something they haven't done since 2016, and that's lose three in a row.
Right. Katie Criswell now bringing it across the timeline here for the Lady Cats. Sends it over to J.C. Scott. Scott has it at the Loretto logo. Now over to Criswell beyond the three-point line. Criswell now over to Amy Clark. Clark at the top of the key, back over to Criswell. They call out the play. Criswell drives, spins in the paint, picks up her dribble, gets it out to Scott. Scott in the paint. She picks up her dribble, throws it to the low block to Amy Clark. Off and can't get it to go. Rebound, Allie Weathers. Under 3 minutes left as Weathers brings it back the other way. Weathers dribbling with it at the top of the key. She's guarded by Sadie Grace Cole. Gets a screen from Libby Sanders. And brings it back out. Now gets a screen from Sanders. Has it here on the right wing. Over to Emily Cozart straight away. Cozart drives to the free throw line. Now down the low block. Spins, kicks out the Laney Weathers. Mid-range jumper. Nothing but net.
Such a good jump shot there.
She's got 12, leads out the 5, 43-38, 2:25 remaining. Scott with it straight away. She'll now bring it back out near the Loretto logo.
So Lawrence County now is kind of where Loretto was a minute ago. They need that secondary scoring to pick up.
There it is, wide open. Emmy Clark down low for 2. She's in the double figures with 11. Lady Cats cut the lead to 3. And Wendy Scott wanted the timeout, and the official was in la-la land.
I think he just got a technical call over here, or a warning. I think he's going to warn.
Yeah, he's going to give her a warning.
I don't understand
why you stop the game for that. I don't know.
I don't either, man. You know, everybody's got the reasons, so yeah. I don't think either fan base
wanted that.
No, because it disrupts the flow of the game. But
it does.
You know, hey, he's got a job to do. And they've got a job to do and cheer and boo.
And it works out in Lawrence County's favor as they get a sub as Peyton Morgan comes in for Sadie Grace Cole. And all she said was, I wanted a timeout, and she just kind of turned her back to her.
I like being aggressive on the inbounds passes. I really do. I think those are big momentum swings, but that's not where Peyton probably needs to do that.
Peyton Morgan picks up her second.
That's going to be a 1-and-1 now.
Team's 8th, 1-and-1 coming up for Allie Weathers. Lady Mustangs 7 of 10 from the line so far.
It's going to be, for Loretto, it's free throw contest.
Minute 59 remaining. First shot on its way, and she gets it. One of the reasons in the previous game Lawrence County was able to get back into it was all the missed front ends of 1-and-1s.
That's exactly right.
Next free throw from Weathers. Misses the back end. She's now got 26. It's a 4-point lead. Criswell now the race the other way. Now over to J.C. Scott in the paint. Scott, layup up, rolls it in. Scott's in the double figures with 11. Wendy Scott does get that timeout, tells the official thank you. Looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout. No, a full timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at the Ralph, it's a one-possession game as the Lady Mustangs of Loretto lead Lawrence County 44-42. The minute 47 left. Back and forth game here, a very exciting game as Allie Weathers leads all scorers with 26. Laney with 12 on the other side for Lawrence County. 3 in double figures. Katie Criswell with 13. Emmy Clark with 11. And J.C. Scott with 11. As Cam mentioned earlier, free throws now going to be the story of this game as Lawrence County, with their 8 fouls, has put Loretto into the bonus. So they only got 2 more fouls to give with that front end of the 1-and-1 opportunity miss.
Yeah, I mean, free throws are always important. I think that's why I always say it's never an excuse not to be a good free throw shooting team.
Allie Weathers now will bring it across the timeline. Minute 40 left. Now over to Clifton. Is that 2-3 trapping zone now put on by Lawrence County. Clifton over to Cozart as Peyton Morgan way too aggressive there. Fouls with Cozart in the process, and she will pick up her 3rd foul.
That was a rather hard collision. I think Peyton got her jaw hit pretty good and got Emily on the knee there. She went to the ground. That was a football-type collision there.
That's over the middle on that quick slant. And Peyton just got there a second late. Cozart misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Rebound, Harley Johnson. Johnson just checked in for Morgan. Now Scott will bring it back the other way. Man-to-man put on by the Lady Mustangs. Minute 25 left. They hand it over to Criswell here at the Loretto logo. They set up the play. Criswell's now going to drive. Goes up, off the glass, and we're tied. Criswell with 15. It's a 44-all game with a minute 10 left.
It's been there all night, and when you get in the paint, Loretto's just not contesting those shots. Now, I don't understand why.
Clifton, long pass over to Cozart, now back to Weathers straight away. Under a minute left. They throw it over to Laney Weathers at the wing. Weathers down low to Cozart. Cozart works out to Clifton. Now the Libby Sanders in the corner, back to Clifton. Over to Laney Weathers. Allie Weathers with 45 seconds left. Weathers now will bring it back out to the logo. Might be trying to play for the final shot. Weathers gets a screen here from Libby Sanders. Now being guarded by Katie Criswell. We're coming up on the 30-second mark.
If you're Lawrence County, do you foul and take your chances? I mean,
now Weathers gets a screen. 20 seconds left over to Cozart. Now Ashley Rutledge is going to call a 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it here.
So the train of thought here, and look, I think of things a little unconventional than most, but there's people sitting at home like, no way, you're crazy. But so Loretto hasn't shot the free throws particularly well.
No, 8 of 13.
Especially here in the 4th quarter. So you look at it, okay, if you put them at the line, which it would be 2 at this point.
Yep.
Next foul. So you probably don't then. But if it was still in the 1-and-1, even if they make the first and miss the second, you still have a shot to go win it. Now if you allow this to run down to 6-7 seconds, you're giving Loretto the only shot at winning in regulation.
Yep.
So that's why I say maybe you do foul.
Strategy among strategy. It's a great idea if it works. It's a terrible idea if it doesn't. It's so many ways I can go as Loretto will take it out of bounds right here at midcourt. As original starting lineup is now in for Lawrence County. As Clifton falls down and Sadie Grace Cole tips the pass out of bounds. Don't believe anything.
I don't think so either. I think she just fell.
Cozart taking it out of bounds and gets into Allie Weathers. Weathers, who leads all scorers with 26, walks across the timeline with 15 seconds left. Cole comes out, the closely guarded. Now gets a screen from Laney Weathers and drives. Hasn't paid off. The shoes coming the other way, and Clifton fouls Cammie Pigg. That's only 5 team fouls against Loretto. So no fouls, and the clock stops at 5.3 seconds left.
So there will be 2 shots coming up. Lawrence County wants a timeout to talk it over. So
Wendy Scott will take that timeout. It's just a 30-second timeout as we keep it here at the game tied at 44.
It will be a full timeout, but it's just a mistake by Allie, who's had an incredible night. I mean, it's been a remarkable night for Allie Weathers. And now you've got Lawrence County with 5 seconds left that you knock down both free throws. Loretta's going to need a prayer. So if you're Coach Rutledge, you're going over your game plan on what you do after the free throws, because if it's a miss,
it's just the 5th foul.
It's just the 5th.
Just the 5th foul.
I thought it said 9 over here.
It's just the 5th.
It's just the 5th. So it's no free throws coming up.
Free throws,
okay.
Yeah.
So forget everything I just said.
The baskets are in our way.
Yeah,
at the scoreboard.
I was trying to look under it, and I thought it was a 9, but I can see now it's not. Actually, I can't see now that it's not. It still looks like a 9 from here, but.
What's a 9 on the Lawrence County side? Just a 5 on the Loretto side. Sophie Cole checks in here for the Lady Cats.
So if you're Loretto, you do have a foul to give. Yep. Just make sure it's not on a shot.
On a shot, yeah. So Emmy Clark will take it out of bounds to the left of to the right of the Lawrence County bench. We'll try to find somebody. Clark's got to get it in, and it's tipped out of bounds by Laney Weathers, and 0.6 seconds came off the clock.
Now Loretto's going to take it. But look, I'm not saying anybody's doing anything wrong, but the home clock operator is they're going to hit that start button as quick as they can, which I think that's probably about right, maybe. It's hard to hit stop and start that quick. And
especially, that's why the college guys used to have on their belts.
Yeah.
They don't anymore.
Right.
But, they do in football, which,
Well, they do in high school football. Yeah. We have a lot of high schools that have that where the officials are able to operate the clock. It just doesn't work a lot.
Or it's not very reliable.
Well, I can say this. The games I have broadcasted here at Loretto, they have that system. The games that I've broadcasted where it actually worked, one in the last 5 years. I mean, I can't remember a time where it did work. Let's put it that way.
Lawrence County will have to take it out of bounds right in front of the Loretto bench. That was Lawrence County that just burned their final timeout. 4.7 seconds left. More than likely, they're going to try to get it into either J.C. Scott, who's taking it out of bounds, or Katie Criswell.
You want to deny this pass at all because you do have that foul to give.
Scott gets it into Emmy Clark. She gets it across the timeline. Clark over to Criswell. Now to Scott. Shot at the buzzer. No good, and we are going to overtime with the game tied at 44. That was a nice set play. And
it worked out great.
Sometimes the shot just don't fall. So 4 quarters were not enough between these two rivals. We got overtime coming up. That's next here on the X Sports Network.
Whether it's popcorn, biscuits, or automotive, you need the right ingredients to achieve the best results. Heritage Automotive is proud to serve our community with a continually growing inventory. We also help our community grow by contributing to a vibrant economy, which helps build schools. I'm Keith Durham, and I'm the General Manager here at Heritage Automotive, and it's my job to make sure that you're 100% satisfied. Heritage Automotive, your hometown Chevy, Buick, and GMC dealer.
McMaster's Home Gallery, where you'll always get a special price every day. Shop their new showroom full of name-brand furniture, sofas, recliners, dining and bedroom suites, Serta bedding, lots of tables and chairs just to match your decor. McMaster's Home Gallery also has GE appliances. Stop by on Highway 43 in Loretto or call 853-6140.
And the final girls game between Lawrence County and Loretto here at the barn. 4 quarters were not enough. Get your popcorn ready as we are going to overtime.
They will jump it off just like you would at the first of the game.
Will be Laney Weathers here against Katie Criswell.
Expected nothing less than this game to be like this.
Yep. So they're
going to make them swap.
Yeah, swap like they were in the second half.
Sure.
Yep. Good thing they got that figured out now, or we would have had mass confusion.
It's not that it mattered. You know, I mean, does it matter or no?
No. As Criswell and Weathers tips it back, J.C. Scott gets it.
So play half a quarter.
44 all, 4 minutes here. Katie Criswell with it, guarded in the man-to-man by Laney Weathers. Drives to her right, goes up, she's fouled, and she'll go the line to shoot 2. Laney will pick up her 4th, team 6, next foul by the Lady Mustangs, but the Lady Cats in the bonus.
So right there is where the Lady Mustangs have been very poor tonight defensively. Laney that time just got a little quick over the top. I'd rather make her shoot the free throws for that reason if I'm Loretto, as opposed to just giving her the easy 2 like they have been.
Criswell misses the front end. Next shot on its way. She hits it. Lawrence County leads it 45-44. Criswell leads all Lady Cats with 16. Lawrence County 9 of 12 from the line.
She's had a great night.
Weathers now dribbles to her right. Man-to-man put on by the Lady Cats. Gets a screen from Sanders. Will bring it back out to the logo. Resets the play. Now gets a screen from Weathers. Has it beyond the three-point line. Now skip pass over to Kozar. Kozar works down low here to Laney Weathers. Weathers shot up. She is fouled. She'll go the line to shoot 2.
If that's on Scott, that's her 5th.
Go against Sadie Grace Cole, who picks up her 2nd.
You can see Jaycee kind of breathed a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, thank God. And Loretto, by the way, still does not have a three-pointer.
Yeah. Lawrence County only with 2.
It's crazy.
Laney Weathers goes the line to shoot 2. First shot, nothing but net. We're tied at 45. Can feel the tension.
Well, both teams had a shot to win it there in regulation. This second one's good.
Weathers hits both. It's a 46-45 lead. She's got 14 points. 3:15 remaining here in overtime. Criswell now over to Emmy Clark. Clark kicks out to Sophie Cole. Now over to J.C. Scott straight away. Scott here guarded by Laney Weathers. Will now dribble it back out to the Loretto logo. 3 minutes left now in overtime. Over to Emmy Clark. Clark now with it at the top of the key. Goes back door to J.C. Scott. Right-handed layup up and in. Scott's got 13. It's a 1-point Lawrence County lead.
That was excellent recognition that time by Lawrence County. Similar play to what Loretto ran against them earlier. Oh, my goodness.
Collision everywhere. Libby Sanders jumper, no good. She gets her own rebound. Left-handed shot, no good. Rebound, J.C. Scott.
Not sure how that wasn't a foul, one way or the other.
Yeah. We've had a lot of bodies hitting the ground here. Now we're going to get a technical foul.
They just teed up Coach Scott. I think she's asking how that was a no call down here. I mean,
technical. Yeah, you're right. Technical foul here against Lawrence County.
She's fisting to get tossed. Because they're telling her she has to sit down, and she's not happy about that.
I don't know what she said, but I don't think that bars getting a technical I know she got a warning with 2 minutes left, but it's 2:28 in the game. There's not anything terrible she could say.
No, I mean, she's not that type of person.
No,
neither one of these coaches are.
They're not.
Here's the thing. If you're, again, don't know, we're not on the floor, but as a referee, you don't want to become the story.
No, and he's about to become the story.
Exactly right. He's altered in some way, shape, or form, he has altered the course of the game with that decision. Now, is that the right decision? That's not for me to judge.
Right.
I'm sitting up here. I didn't hear it.
So now Wendy Scott will have to sit down. Laney Weathers will go the line here for 2 free throws. Lady Mustangs are 10 of 15 from the line. Laney's been very good at the free throw line so far. First one's off the front iron, no good. Next shot from Weathers. Rattles out, no good. And
those are not easy to shoot.
No, no. Everyone's looking at you. There's no one around.
Especially in a game like this. If you've played basketball long enough, you've been in that position at some level. It's not fun.
I missed 2 in a midget league with the game on the line.
Did you say a midget league?
Yeah, or biddy league.
Oh,
league,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I was 10 years old.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Got fouled at the end of the game, and I missed them both. Not that I've lived my whole life with that regret.
Right.
47-46.
It was top of mind pretty quick, though, AJ.
Intercepted by J.C. Scott coming the other way. Scott, shot up, in, and Lawrence County extends a lead of 2-3.
Could have been a foul there, too. But JB did turn her back, trying to avoid the contact. But, man.
Clifton with it, the Loretto logo. Under 2 minutes left to play. Lawrence County up 3. Clifton dribbling beyond the three-point line. Will now bring it back out to the logo. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by Ashley Rutledge. She'll call a full timeout. We'll keep it here for the time being. What a classic this is going to be.
Yeah.
Drama, controversial calls. It's got everything you want.
Well,
right
you know,
now.
the good. I don't want. If you're Loretto, you obviously don't want to say that's a good thing. But the good thing is that it didn't end up hurting Lawrence County. Now, again, it could have been a warranted technical.
Yep.
Could have absolutely.
We couldn't
been.
hear it from
Couldn't hear it from here. But Loretto missed both free throws, then turned it over. If you're them, you're looking at yourself like, we just let it slip through our hands. We had 2 points plus another possession, and now we're down 3.
Yeah. Still got a chance to tie.
Oh, sure. There's plenty of time.
A lot of stuff can happen. What an atmosphere this has been. A packed house. Everyone's on the edge of their seat. A great game here between these two rivals.
We've got another game left.
Yeah, we got another game left. Another game. You don't want to have a situation like they did down in Texas in college basketball a couple years ago. It was a Baylor-Kentucky doubleheader at Texas Stadium. The women's game went into 7 overtimes.
Oh man, I don't know that.
We might not have any players left on either side of that.
Yeah, I'm surprised we hadn't fouled anybody out yet.
No, we're close on it.
Yeah, I know.
Allie Weathers now gets the inbounds here. She's going to be guarded by Sadie Grace Cole. She gets it across the timeline. Minute 40 here left in the first overtime. Weathers drives into the paint. Backs down the defender. And now we're going to get a travel call against Allie Weathers. That's going to be the 11th turnover against the Lady Mustangs.
There's a couple of times tonight she's got down there, and I thought maybe they could have called that. That wasn't one of them.
That wasn't one of them. Katie Criswell gets the inbound here from J.C. Scott. Now gives it back to Scott. Press put on here by the Lady Mustangs. Criswell now will dribble out of trouble. Gets it across the
slide over.
Cole now over to Scott. Now back to Criswell. Has it at the Loretto logo. Minute 15 left in overtime. Over to Clark.
Well, Lawrence County can just hold the ball here, AJ. I mean, Loretto, it's going to be on them to go out and foul.
Yeah. They don't have any fouls to give. Next foul goes to the 1-and-1. Clark with it. And there's that foul. Goes against Allie Weathers.
Probably not who you want.
So Allie's going to, I believe that's Allie's 4th. Now a 1-and-1 coming up here for Emmy Clark. Clark, who's got 11 points so far on the night, but this is her first trip to the free throw line. First shot on its way, nothing but net. Clutch free throw from Emmy Clark.
It's huge. It's a 2-possession game as it is now, but what do we got? We got this official wanting somebody tossed.
He is loving the attention right now. Now he's pointing towards the Loretto student section. And I don't know, somebody looks really guilty because they're patting him on the back. And he is on his way out.
Yeah. You don't ever want to see that.
Emmy Clark misses the back end, and now it's a 50-46 lead.
You got to go if you're Loretto. Lawrence County, just keep playing that tight defense you've been playing all night.
Weathers with it, guarded by Cole. 50 seconds left in overtime. Now Laney Weathers with it. She'll drive. Shot up. And no good. Block called against Emmy Clark, and Laney will go to the line to shoot 2. It's now 4 on Emmy Clark and 12 team fouls against Lawrence County.
Well, that would have been a huge momentum turn if that ball had fell through. Now you've got to make your free throws, something they've struggled with a bit down the stretch here in this one. Both teams.
Yeah, both teams. Pair of free throws coming up here for Laney Weathers. Lady Mustangs now 10 of 17 from the line. First shot on its way, gets in.
Three of the biggest free throws I ever saw was when Carly Weathers got fouled at the last second of district championship. Down 2 and hit all 3.
Laney misses the back end. She's got 15. It's a one-possession game, 50-47. Griswell over to Clark, gets it across the timeline. Now picks up her dribble, gets out to J.C. Scott, now over to Griswell. Now to Scott with 30 seconds left, over to Griswell.
They're going to have to foul or hope they turn it over. I would go for the foul because
Sadie Grace Cole will get fouled there by Cozart. Cozart will pick up her third, team's 8th, and now 1-1 coming up for Sadie Grace Cole.
And I think they were trying to foul quicker. Lawrence County was moving the ball really good, keeping them at bay, but you don't, just because they were fouling, just not, it could be away from the ball and they're not going to call it.
First free throw from Cole on its way. No good. Rebound, and it's
wow, a lot of contact.
Won by Clark. Clark gets it out to Sophie Cole. That one's knocked away. J.C. Scott saves it from going out of bounds, and she's going to get fouled here.
Really? Really?
That's going to be on Clifton.
How is that being called a foul, and what we saw under in the paint is not?
No, I know. There's a lot going on there. And now that same official is giving Wendy Scott another earful. And she says if JC hits the front end, she wants a timeout.
Oh, my goodness.
15 seconds left. 1-1 coming up for Scott. First one on its way. Nothing but net. Now she says she doesn't want the timeout.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a
Next free throw from Scott on its way. She hits them both. She's got 17 to lead all Lady Cats. Clifton coming the other way. Gets it across the timeline. Races. Laney Weathers shot up and in. Ashley Rutledge is going to call a timeout here with her team trailing by 3 and 7 seconds left.
So you have to go for the steal if you're Loretto. I mean, you even if you get the foul and it gets back the other end and they miss the front end, 7 seconds, you're asking for a prayer at that point.
Absolutely.
So you almost have to go for broke trying to steal this on the inbounds. And if you foul, you foul. But you have to go for broke, whatever it takes to get this off the inbound. I'm putting my tallest kid trying to deflect the ball. The longest, I'm putting Laney Weathers on the ball, and I'm saying whatever, if you got to kick it back down the hallway, whatever you got to do not let them inbound this basketball. Easier said than done. If you're Lawrence County, it's inbound the basketball.
Yeah,
it's that simple. It's that simple.
Get it in.
And I suspect,
2 shots.
I suspect the backside back here is going to be wide open. Now, do you try the baseball pass? No, you don't.
No.
That's the last resort.
Yeah.
That's your last resort, because then at that point you get to inbound it the other end.
And a reminder: possession error goes to Loretto in case of a jump ball. So that's another option. Just see what happens here as J.C. Scott.
They're not going to guard the inbound at all.
Yep.
Okay.
J.C. Scott take it out of bounds. And speaking of the baseball pass, but they get it in to Sadie Grace Cole. Gets it back to Scott. Scott fumbles it. And she'll get fouled here by Clifton. Jenny will pick up her 4th, and now 2 free throws coming the other way for J.C. Scott. Clock now at 2 seconds left. Carly Urban will now check in for Laney Weathers. As Scott now will get ready for the 2 free throws, and for some reason we got some delay with the same official. Step back, Bud, hand her the ball. We're going to be here till midnight the way it is already. First shot from Scott on its way, nothing but net.
That's a huge free throw. That puts the game out of reach if you're Loretto.
Wendy Scott will call a timeout here.
So this is only to tell her team, whatever happens,
do not foul.
Come over here and stand by me and just let them do it.
They don't even need to be at the.
They don't even need to be anywhere near
back
it.
here.
No. Honestly, I'm putting them in the corner.
Yeah.
No, because you shoot a 3-pointer and they foul and you make it by chance. I mean, 2 seconds. It's going to take a lot, but crazy things
Yeah.
happen. You tell them, I don't even want you anywhere.
Yeah.
You come over here and talk to me.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters from here.
So that was a full timeout here called by Wendy Scott.
And if I, in all honesty, it doesn't matter either way. That it's not going to matter. Miss it, make it. It's over.
Yeah. Try one of those just to kill the clock, throwing off the.
Yeah, but
iron.
Even if you make it and they inbound it, still don't give them any time to get 5 points. I mean, it's.
Yeah. Next free throw here from Scott on its way. And she hits them both. She's got 19. Inbound into Clifton. Clifton, shot at the buzzer is no good. Lawrence County ends their 6-game losing skid to Loretto, winning the final game ever in the barn, 54-49. Taking a look at the final statistics. For the winning side, J.C. Scott with 19, Katie Criswell with 16, Emmy Clark with 12. On the other side for Loretto, Allie Weathers had 26. Lainey Weathers chipped in with 17. Cam, final thoughts here on this game?
Two teams very similar. We kind of saw similar. It was a lot cleaner game than what we saw at Lawrence County. But at the end of the day, Lawrence County Lady Cats made more plays. Loretto was very soft defensively and on the boards. Lawrence County was not. They kind of took almost an opposite row, and Loretto didn't hit any threes. So I think those were the differences.
Final score 54-49. Here in about 15 minutes, we'll have the boys tipping off here in this doubleheader. It's coming up next here on the X Sports Network.
This is the X Sports Network.